Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Vivi.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards, it's for a minute.
Welcome to another episode of Off the Bikes. We're here, as you know, with Lena, correct?
Yes.
How about an introduction for everyone out there? Speak a little louder so we can pick you up on the mic.
Okay, yeah, so hey guys, my name is Lena. On YouTube I go as Lena and my channel is called lenaaround, which is also about life in China and culture and fun.
Now I
I'm
want
from
to
Denmark, by the way.
Oh, from Denmark.
I want to say that we are just jammed in this like sweaty sweat box right now. We're trying our best. It's
thank
getting
you,
hotter because we're right next to each other.
Yeah.
The body heat is transferring. This is getting uncomfortable, but we're gonna get through this. And we're gonna have a good time and have some
Yeah.
good food while we do it. So you said you're from Denmark, but where do you live in China?
So I live in Beijing.
Cool.
How is the smog up there?
The what?
The smog.
Pollution.
Oh, next month we're having some big meeting, I heard. So the sky is clearing up and I love the weather. I don't think it's a problem.
Really? What about in winter?
We can say politics is in the air.
Okay. Very good.
There was that problem in the end of December. What is
Okay.
it called? Like red alert?
Yeah, the red alert. Yeah.
So that one was bad, but I was flying back home for Christmas. So I was just like, okay, see ya guys. And
Yeah.
when I came back, blue sky again. So it was really not a big deal.
Ouch.
Right. So, okay, you know, our subscribers, they watch us every week. They're used to our perspective on things as being male foreigners living here in China.
Yeah.
You're obviously a female foreigner, unless I'm mistaken.
No.
Okay, good.
Trying to be tolerant. Okay, guys. Never
So
know.
anyway, the thing is, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are very interested in your perspective living here in China as a woman.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the challenges and what are some of the perks?
Okay, yeah, it's a big question. Let's do one part.
Break it down.
So,
I'll
yeah.
move the mic over for you.
Okay, one of the perks is that when people looking for an English teacher, they really like to say female.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
yeah. So a lot of people like, oh, you're female and you're white, so you should take this job and that job and another job. And
So females get more freelance work.
yeah, a lot of work all the time.
Why do you think that is? Like, what's wrong with us? What are we doing wrong?
I don't know.
I think
You tell me.
I think that Chinese people probably think that traditional gender roles still exist in China. So I feel like maybe it's like a more maternal thing. So they think they'll take care of their kid a little bit better, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's one reason. I think another reason is there are a lot of creeps.
Yeah, that's also
I
true
was
for
just
sure.
about to say
And
that too.
you know,
yeah.
you're less likely to get a weird sort of pervy,
You're really
female
jumping way up there, aren't you?
It's true though. If you're going to be hiring, especially as a private teacher, to teach your child at home in their room,
There's less of a
you
chance.
don't
yeah.
want 40-year-old Marvin,
Why is his name
Molding
Marvin? Molding Marvin.
Yeah, with a
He's
moustache.
got like a pedo stash. Yeah.
I mean, it makes more sense. I also know that, of course, there's a lot of these guys kind of trying to date foreign women who will kind of try to,
Oh, interesting. Have you? Okay, I'll ask you that then. Follow-up question. In doing one of these jobs, have you ever been kind of hit on by some of the Chinese dudes that hired you?
It's more when we're doing language exchange.
Oh,
actually.
language exchange.
Yeah, so we start as language. Actually, that's how I got my first Chinese boyfriend.
Okay.
Like an extra, yeah. But that was in Denmark. That was not on purpose. But afterwards in China, and that's actually usually why I look for a female exchange,
Oh, okay, yeah.
language exchange partner, because it always goes from, oh yeah, we're just gonna practice our language, and then they start asking questions. A lot of Chinese guys like to ask me, oh, you're very open-minded, right?
Right.
And then they smile, and then now I don't use that particular word in Chinese anymore because I
It's
know
a very different meaning, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I know where the conversation are going.
Yeah.
Even in the gym, one guy, before I started the gym, he was on the street, like, come and join the gym. I
Right.
went to join, and he helped me sign up. And then we sat down to talk for 2 minutes, and he would ask me, so, foreign girls are pretty open-minded, right? And I was like, I know what you mean.
Yeah, sure.
And no, we aren't.
Yeah, that's why I try to explain to them that there are different kinds of open-minded, and you can
Yes.
also talk about an open personality, you know, and like going out in the world and explore. But that's usually not what they mean.
That's actually a really good segue, I think. So you started off with you get more freelance work, but it also kind of turns into you know, can get dodgy at times, right?
Kinky situation. Yeah.
So that's a negative then, is that you probably get a lot of unwanted attention from the locals?
Yes. Yeah, I had once in Changsha, I sat beside the metro station waiting for my friend, and she didn't show up, and this guy on the scooter, he wanted to drive me somewhere, and I said, I'm really not going anywhere. And so we talked a little bit, he started talking about his job. Then he went to KFC to get me a burger because I said I didn't eat for a while. And then I said, okay, I'm just gonna go home because she's obviously not gonna come after an hour.
Yeah.
He was sitting there beside me, and he took me on his scooter, and instead of driving me to the hotel, he kind of rode the other way. And
Whoa.
then he drove me around, and we talked a little bit, and that's my problem. I always say yes.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm very curious, and you know, chase the day, whatever. Yeah, so he started asking me this question. He was married. He was like, "Oh, it could be interesting to have a foreign girlfriend. And you guys are pretty open-minded, right?" And yeah,
Warning signs right there,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So I was like, "I'm not gonna be a lover. Please just set me off at my hotel and don't bother. You know, just don't." Yeah.
That guy sounds like quite the creep. I will say this though, in his defense for one thing. If I was a girl and a guy was gonna hit on me, I'd rather have a KFC burger than like a Rose.
Yeah.
That's way more usable, seriously.
Yeah, I also wouldn't be getting on the back of weird guys' scooters either.
Well,
we'd buy you burgers.
you're not an
That's the
adventurous
thing.
woman.
No,
That's my problem. Like
Yeah.
I stayed with a Chinese family once as well, and the couple, they didn't like each other that much. They married for convenience, and 1 year later he came to pick me up and help me with my suitcase, and he
Right.
also said to me, "Oh, so maybe you want to relax in a hotel room before your
Whoa.
friends come and pick you up?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine." And he was like, "Oh, I actually wanted a girlfriend who I could practice my English with."
Here we go. Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just leave now. So nice to meet you, bye. And
Yeah.
I had to block and delete it. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you put up with a lot of unwanted advances, but you do get the benefit of getting first pick when it comes to doing private English teaching and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, how about another perk? Something else that's nice.
Something else that's nice, a lot of free meals.
A lot of free meals.
Yeah, I know it's like also a thing with Chinese girls, but yeah, if I go out, even if it's just a Chinese friend or somebody who is inviting me
Right.
for something, they will always pay.
Nice.
So I think that's a perk.
Absolutely, that sounds
And
like a
it's
perk.
delicious food because I always buy really cheap food on the street. So when they take me to a nice restaurant, it's like,
Right.
I've got a couple questions lined up here, and I
Okay.
want to kind of get to the nitty gritty here. Okay.
okay.
Now this is amongst the expat community.
Yeah.
Actually, it's amongst everyone. A lot of people assume that foreign girls don't like to date Chinese guys, and can you at least slightly confirm or dispel that?
Yes, I would confirm it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and why? What are the reasons?
Overall, well, I would say one problem is the culture. Like the culture
Yeah.
is different, and the guys here, they're more soft and cute. And
Okay.
I think that's more of the beauty standard
Right.
thing here.
Right.
Whereas abroad, we're more looking for a more macho guy.
Okay.
And that can be a problem finding here.
Thank God I got these
we made a
guns.
video about that.
Yeah.
Chinese masculinity crisis. So
I
we'll
love
link
that
to it.
video, by the
Yeah?
way. I could really relate to it. I was like,
I believe I
very
read
true
your
what
comment
you
on there.
guys said.
Yeah.
I was like, it's very true, and I think also a problem is that also our sizes. Like for me, I'm a normal Scandinavian sized person, but
Right.
in China, I'm still big.
Right,
So
right.
I still want a guy who's bigger than me.
That makes sense, and that's
It's
probably hard to
difficult.
find.
Yeah, it's difficult. But up north, the guys are taller up there, right?
Definitely. And last time I met a Shanghai guy who's like almost 2 meters.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You
it's
do
like,
you do get tall ones.
Yeah, you do. You just have to look for them, and and language also
Of course.
a problem.
So the outlook you're saying, the way they look, they're not as macho. They're a bit smaller than what you used to, like stature-wise.
It is possible to find, but
Yeah,
it's very overall. Yeah.
Are there any other negatives to dating a Chinese person?
For for me, sometimes I feel like sarcasm is kind of lost in
Yeah.
translation. You know, I mentioned that in a video before.
It takes
as well.
years to build that up.
Yeah, and I was visiting my friend this morning, Danish friend who's married a Chinese woman, and she also said that it's the same problem for them. When she's speaking English, her jokes are also lost in translation, you know. So I think that's one of the problems, and then the mother-in-law.
Oh, of course.
Ooh, sore subject for me.
I think it goes. I think it goes
Those ears,
both ways.
baby.
It goes both ways, right?
My wife's over there, so I can't talk about that.
But yeah, that's also. I see I'm in this WeChat group with girls who marry Chinese guys, and oh my God, like mother-in-law, she's like the main topic of all frustrations.
Oh,
What
trust
about
me.
some positives to dating a Chinese guy? You said you had a Chinese boyfriend, so
Yeah.
you know all our Chinese viewers out there, I got your back. So I got to ask these
No,
questions.
the reason I did bring that up was I actually have never met a foreign girl that dated a Chinese guy.
I know a foreign girl that married a Chinese guy.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean I know one. And they do exist. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I can invite you to the group. I'm telling you, there are a big community here, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
It's
please,
just
please do.
they're blogging. They're blogging. They're not YouTubing, so
Yeah.
that's why.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Thanks, yeah. For those of you curious, we're actually in a Pizza Express here in Shenzhen. We thought we'd try something different.
We always eat Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese or we eat Asian food in our vlogs
Yeah.
normally, so trying something different. Anyway, so how about a positive?
Okay, so some positive things is like I think the Chinese guys are extremely generous,
Yeah.
and care. What was it? Like they care
Caring?
for me, caring. Yeah. The Danish guys I've been dating before, they would be more like, oh, you have to be independent and strong.
Right,
Don't
right.
show too much that you care too much, because then it seems a little pathetic.
Right.
Whereas in China, it's kind of the opposite. Like, oh, I'm gonna come and care for you and
Right.
take care of you, make sure that you're okay, and ask you if you are okay. And I really love how they care in that way. It's different from what
Scandinavia's
I've
always
tried
been kind of like, correct me if I'm wrong, a very gender equal place, right? Whereas
Very
China's the
much.
polar opposite of that.
You hold your own door
Right,
and
right.
bring your own bag, you know. So
Right.
Okay.
yeah, that's one thing I really like about the Chinese guys, and
So see guys, you guys are really sweet and caring and stuff, so
Yeah.
that's a big plus.
yeah, and what else I'm thinking? Like culture, it's like I'm really passionate about Chinese culture, so dating someone from the culture I really love,
Yeah.
it's just amazing. It's like an adventure every day, and even though there are of course bumps on the road, it's still, you get to learn so much about your own culture and the culture you're dating.
You can take a lot away from it, right?
You can,
Yeah.
so much, and I feel like you grow together, and if you go through it, you grow stronger.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it, really. Is there anything else you'd like to say would you like to say anything to all of our subscribers out there?
I'd let you talk for hours, but the camera will overheat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's boiling
Yeah.
hot in here. Oh
Yeah.
my god, no, I'm just gonna say thank you so much for letting me come here and
No
join
problem,
this
no
little
problem.
conversation.
And of course, you can find her on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
put a
we
link
have
in the
a-
description below, so
Yep.
go check her out. How long have you been here in China?
4 years?
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting there. Cool.
So you want a northern perspective, go check it out.
Yes,
We're-
we do.
We're always
We're
here in the
actually-
dirty
yeah.
south.
We're really happy you came to meet us as well. It's always good to get another perspective from a foreigner, so
Yeah.
awesome. So, Seamilk, anything you would like to say to everyone before we sign off?
Whether you are a foreign man, a foreign woman, or a Chinese man or woman, or anything in between, I don't really care. I implore you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, and whether or not you like, I don't know. Whether or not you
don't
like,
drop the ball.
Okay. Whether or not you are a Chinese person living overseas, which makes you a foreigner, or whether you're a Chinese person living here, which makes you a local, we love you all the same.
Yes.
And of course, all the foreign people. Yeah. Is that how you do it?
I'm not doing that shit.
I will. I'm open-minded and caring.
Yes,
Okay,
there
you
we
win.
go.
I can't go back on this.
Anyway, yeah, absolutely. So we love you all the same, and we'll catch you next time. Stay awesome.
What's up?
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind